Please tell me this is not happening.
Alright, what's your loadout?
Fan out. Russell, when they pop through that door, you're going to introduce them to Mr. Machine Gun. Got that?
Yeah, I'm on it, Sarge.
Short control bursts.
Nice and frosty.
If you've got explosive flechettes, set them to 8 meters or less. Yank the timers, they'll be close.
Got it, Sarge.
Low on ammo. Anybody got an extra
There's no
mag?
way I'm giving you nothing.
Carlisle, nobody has ammunition for that little pea shooter you got. The guns for shooting at foxes when you
I
land
watched
in
them
northern
arguing.
Siberia.
Then I shut off the sound of their voices to hear outside the room. Their lips move. Their emotions are taut. They simply do not have enough ammunition. I look at their faces, but then I notice a slight change in air pressure. We've lost 62 millibars in under 8 seconds. I realize I'm still holding the crowbar I found on the floor of the pressure chamber. I also have the Schmetterling. Having fought one of these creatures hand to hand, I decide the crowbar might be more effective against whatever's on the other side of this door. The bulkhead opens violently. 9 recently turned humanoids penetrate the room. Their uniforms are torn and covered with blood and other organic matter. The first one is blown apart by Russell's machine gun, but he expends an entire magazine on it.
Russell, no!
The second and third creatures come in low. Highwell unloads a complete clip into them, but they swarm over her like mosquitoes and take her down, tearing her in half by digging through her waist with their claws and snapping her spinal cord with their teeth. The fourth one, which I think was once a woman, goes after Sergeant Mach. Tennyson stands between me and Mach, so I can't get to him. Nor can Corporal Reyes get her weapon onto 4. We're in close range hand to hand. So she smacks the creature who's attacking Mach with the butt of her rifle. I swing at it too, low and fast, cracking its right kneecap. Russell takes out the 5th creature by blowing off its head, but then runs out of ammo just as the 6th and 7th get to him. They tear through his body armor as though it were paper. The next 2 come after me. I dog kick one. I gut punch the next, an airborne shuttle pilot with a flechette from my Schmetterling. Reyes pounds on the former technical sergeant, trying to get the bite on Mach. It distracts the creature, but it doesn't get it off him. The second and third creatures eat their way through Highwell. Theron, Carlisle, and Tennyson concentrate their fire on them. I take my crowbar and spin entirely around like a discus thrower and connect with the 9th creature's head, smashing it so hard its skull spurts a mixture of blood and nanofluids. Since this technique worked so well, I do it again, except I spin on my y-axis and use the crowbar to unseam the 8th creature from nave to chops. The second and third creature have been knocked back, but aren't dead. Theron, Carlisle, and Tennyson, who now has Russell's machine gun, blast apart the 6th and 7th of the creatures, which gives me enough time to grab numbers 2 and 3, who are still off balance, and toss them into the airlock. Carlisle runs to the airlock to punch close the door. At the same time, Reyes finally irritates the creature on Sergeant Mach that it throws her off of itself. Then it turns its attention back on the sergeant. I watch the creature change. It becomes more mechanical. Its hands devolve into claws. And it bears down on Mach with an almost smile on its necrotic lips. I noticed that during the change, a soft place emerged briefly between the armored plating around the creature's head. My crowbar now protrudes from the skull. Mach pushes the now dead creature off of himself. Carlisle checks the door. Nobody else is coming. Russell and Hywell are dead. All the creatures are too. But Sergeant Mach makes sure no new ones will be made. Mach puts 2 holes in Hywell's body. Reyes leans over Hywell to give her last rites.
Vaya con Dios. Vaya con Dios.
Sarge, what the little duck did you do that for?
If we don't, she'll come back as one of them. You know that.
Yeah, well, I don't feel like accepting that right now.
Theron interrupts the silence by a single shot she fires into Russell.
Okay, that's great. Can we go home now?
Can it, Carlisle?
We still have a job to do.
What job?
Well, Princess, in case you ain't heard, we're on our way to the big gun.
You've been listening to Earthkiller, Episode 5, The Princess and the Crowbar. Written by Andrew Bellware and Montserrat Mendez. Story by Montserrat Mendez. Produced by Laura Schlachtmeyer. Starring Robin Kurtz, with Alana Hammond as Theron, Emily Gilson as Hywell, Chance Shirley as Russell, B.J. Burbage as Carlisle, Tom Rowan as Tennyson, Zoe Anastasiou as Reyes, and Monica Steady as Mach. Earthkiller is a Pandora Machine podcast composed and directed by Andrew Bellware.